those last scenes look familiar, that's what everybody's got who's in the hobby. You got an explosion of stuff, you got parts, you got players, you got bases. A lot of guys come to me and say, if my wife sees this mess, she's going to kill me. And I only have one answer. The solution's clear for people like that. The answer is to man up, stop being such a wuss, and, oh great, every time I try to record she calls me. Alright, yeah. Yes, I know, I'm almost finished with the laundry. Right. The doilies came out all wrinkled. I have to iron those for you. Yeah, I know your sister's coming over. I'll hurry, all right? Yeah, okay, let me get back to the laundry and the ironing. All right. Okay, bye, dear. Okay. All right, anyway, let me start this back up. Anyway, so where was I? Yeah, so you guys got to man up. But anyway, here's a solution in case you want to organize your stuff. These are the simplest things you can get. These are cases. I don't know if these are Plano brand, but I've always had very good luck with them. These are always adjustable. You can take out these and you can move it, and they give you more of these than you could ever use. So you put them in here. You can make compartments any size you want. You could store figures, bases, whatever parts. I've actually seen some people felt line the bottom of this, and then they put the figures in there, so it keeps them nice and safe. I use these for general parts, not just for electric football, but for all sorts of stuff around the house as well. Very inexpensive. So the next step I went to was this hard-sided case. And you see the links on my website. I have links to these. Basically, this comes with a piece of foam. It's called Pluck Foam. They have these little squares, and I'm going to try to see if I can see it in the video. Yeah. So here, basically, each of these squares is a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch, and if you take out 2 of them, then it's pretty much a perfect fit for a player. It's a little snug. You have to make sure your bases are taped onto your players. Otherwise, sometimes you pull the player out and the base stays there. It's about 2 inches thick. So you could take like even a TTQB and fit them in there, and there's still room to spare at the bottom. They can't go any farther because the arms, so if you got a guy with his arms sticking out like these guys, the linebacker types, they don't fit all the way in. But it's okay, because if they stick out over the top, that's perfectly fine, because when it goes in the case is about 5 inches inside depth. So this thing's, the foam's only about 2. There's another foam piece here. You put that on top. There was a piece here as well. So there's tool storage, but I don't use it for tool storage because when you close it and if a tool falls out, then it lands on this. I'm afraid it's going to break one of the delicate players. But so anyway, the way I've pulled out the foam, you see I've got 7 rows, and there are 14 players in each row. So that comes up with 98 spots. That's huge. This isn't bad. I don't have the one that I have on the Amazon link. This is a cheaper brand. The wargaming community has a bunch of figures that are roughly the same size as electric football players. And this is actually called Feldherr. That's the brand. I think it's Austrian. So you have this case that has, it feels like a cardstock. Maybe here, cardstock along the front. Little piece of foam. And then you have these foam trays. And each of these trays holds 36, 4 rows, 9 in each row. And this particular unit has 5 trays. So 5 times 36 gives you storage for 180 figures. You could even store multiple players here. For example, if you had players without bases, you could jam in 2 of them in a spot. So you conceivably could get quite a few more in there.